If you were to come over to my house right now, you would notice that on our front porch, all our shoes are enclosed by some garden fencing. This is not for aesthetics. This is because my sister has an adolescent doodle, and she has put a very wise training protocol into place called management to prevent him from chewing and running off with our shoes. In this video today, we're going to be covering what management is and why it's important to your puppy training. Management is a protocol that we use when training through or trying to prevent a behavior problem. Essentially what management does is it prevents your puppy from practicing the problem behavior, therefore he cannot be reinforced by it. To understand why management is so important, we have to understand something about behavior problems. Behavior problems, all of them, they're reinforced by something. And the first step in correcting those behavior problems is removing the reinforcement and preventing your dog from practicing the behavior, which if he's not practicing it, he won't be reinforced by it either. So it's kind of a two-step thing. Management does not teach your puppy what to do instead. It's not your complete training plan. You would need to teach alternative behavior, and that's something we can cover at a different time. But management is a very, very important first step because it is basically impossible in so many cases to teach an alternate behavior or to work through a problem behavior in some other way when management is not being practiced. When your dog is constantly practicing the wrong behavior and therefore being reinforced for doing the wrong behavior, it makes it very difficult to reverse. So here's something important to know before we get into some real life examples. If you have a dog right now who's starting to practice a problem behavior, and maybe you're looking for a trainer to help you solve this problem, the first thing you can do as an owner is to implement a management protocol. This will automatically, even if you don't know how to fix the problem, if you are preventing him from practicing the problem behavior, then you're going to be a whole step ahead of the training plan. Whenever you get someone to help you, you're going to be able to just step into a training plan and move on very seamlessly. Here are 3 different real-life examples of what a management protocol could look like for these different behavior struggles. So the first one is my sister's doodle, Diego, and the shoes. She put up the fence to prevent him from getting into the shoes, and so therefore he's not chewing on her shoes and ruining them, for one thing, and number 2, he's not practicing the problem behavior and being reinforced by it. If she were to take down that fence without any other training, he's just gonna go right back to chewing on the shoes. But by implementing a management protocol, she is preventing the mistake of practice makes permanent instead of perfect. Another example is counter surfing, as I alluded to earlier. There are multiple ways you can implement a management protocol when it comes to counter surfing. A really obvious one is removing all food items from the counters. If you are not actively working on some kind of food, then you need to have it not on the counters. This one is really good, but it's a little bit inferior to the other 2 that I'm about to mention, and that's because even if he jumps on the counter, he won't be reinforced by it, which is huge and very important. But he's still going to be practicing the behavior because he's going to be jumping up there to check to see if there's anything on the counter. A more desired way would be to never let him in the kitchen unless he can be supervised, or just not letting him in the kitchen at all while you are working through this problem. So you could use like baby gates or some tethering to prevent him from getting kitchen access. If your kitchen is just not set up well for a baby gate or something like that, and you don't really have other options, at the very least remove all food from the counters, and that will help a ton. Another example is jumping on visitors. So if your dog jumps on visitors and you know you got visitors coming over, put him on leash. So that way it prevents him from just running over there and jumping on him. You could also put him in his crate, or if he has a solid bed behavior, you can have him lay on the bed and just stay there while you're working on a training plan to teach polite greeting behavior. If this video has been helpful to you, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Also, share this anywhere else you think other puppy owners would find it helpful. Have a great day.